A brief history of wine in the United States. Making wine is an ancient as history itself. It is referred to in the Bible in hieroglyphics and in Greek and Roman literature. Winemaking is a process of fermenting the juice of ripe grapes. The chemical reactions in this process are as follows. Yeast convert to sugar found natural in the fruit into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Ang paggawa ng wine ay isang pinakanlumang proseso ng paggawa ng inuming mula sa panahon ng naitala ang Biblia. Ang winemaking ay isang proseso ng paggawa ng alak mula sa tanyag na prutas, ang grapes. Ang yeast ay isang component na makikita sa prutas at nagiging sugar ito na kalaunan. Kino-convert ang grapes sa alcohol sa tulong ng carbon dioxide. Nakadepende sa quality ng grapes kung ito ay masarap o hindi. When Europeans first came to the New World, they did their best to grow grapes from cutting their brought with them. But the grapevines did not flourish in the cold northeastern climate. So most alcoholic fruit concoctions were made from very sour apples. Europeans, as always, they are the one who tried to grow grapes, pero hindi ito naging successful due to the cold water. Bakit? Grapevines thrive best in climates with long warm summer and rainy winter. Warm weather during the growing period enables grapevines to flower, fruit set and ripen. Mas mainam ang paglago ng grapevines kapag ang klima ay mainit at tuyo. Apart from already mentioned climate factor, also wind, humidity, atmospheric pressure, and sunlight have effect on grapes growth. In 1769, a priest named Padre Junipero Serra traveled to California from Mexico, bridging with some Europeans grapevines cutting. Others followed, and by the mid-1800s, European grapes were flourishing in the temperate California climate. By the late 1800s, some California wines were winning medals in international winemaking competition. Based on my research, the priest Junipero Serra brought with a grapevines cutting for religious services in 1769. In California, they grow these fine grapes and has become a florist winery. Bakit nga ba mainam sa California ang grapes samantalang sa Europa hindi? California climate is also called Mediterranean climate, a major climate type of Köppen classification characterized by hot, dry summer and cool, wet winter and located between about 30° and 45° latitude, north and south of equator and the western side of the continents. At ito ang pinaka-preferred weather na magiging worthy ang grapes sa paggawa ng wine. Of course, propagation showed things down significantly. Grapes grower could only make small quantities of home-produced wines, sale table grapes, or make sacramental wines for churches. Some growers also sold grape juice concentrate, to which enterprise folks added their own yeast and sugar to make their own wine. Sa paglaganap ng provision ng winery at iba pang alak, ang mga magtatanim ng grapes ay nagkakarampot na ubas lamang ang na-harvest. At nagre-resulta ito maliit na bilang ng home-produced wines at mga sacramental wines na naibebenta sa mga simbahan. Dahil na rin sa prohibition, hindi maayos na naiproseso ang mga grapes juice, kung kaya't binibenta ito ng concentrated. Dahil doon, ang mga taong kabilang sa enterprise ay nakakagawa ng sarili nilang wine dahil sa pagdadagdag ng sugar at yeast. But most of California's 188,000 acres of vineyards, the 1933 figure, languished from the 1930s to the 1960s. In 1970s, wine finally became trendy again in this country. As health-conscious consumers look for lighter drinks, and California's winemakers receive international acclaim for some of their wares. Sumasa ilalim sa state of depression ang karamihan sa ekta-ektaryang taniman ng ubas sa California mula sa taong 1930 hanggang 1960. Noong taong 1970 naging popular ulit ito, sapagkat marami na nagnais na uminom ng mas magaan na inumin, katulad ng wine. Today there are more than 3,000 wineries in the United States producing wine with a total retail value of $21 billion annually. About 2 of every 3 bottles of wine consumed in America are from California, but wines imported from other nations account for 25% of U.S. consumption. Wine from states other than California make up the remaining 8%. Sa ngayon, bilyong dolyar lang inaangat ng mga wine sa loob at labas ng Amerika. At halos kalahati nito nanggaling sa California wineries. May ilang wines din ang inaangat sa US at 25% nito ay nakukonsume sa US citizen.